Welcome to Pokemon Masters Council. We are back with another How to Use guide. I am your host, Gym Leader Justin. I'm joined by my co-host, Zero. Say what's up, buddy.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
We are talking about Palafin. We finally got 30 years into Pokemon, bro. We finally got a dolphin-based Pokemon, and it looks cool. And it has Finizen, and then it evolves, and it just looks the exact same, but it has a heart. And then there's this weird mermaid wear superhero thing with gloves.
It's an abomination, and it's one of the ugliest, dumbest Pokemon
With a beak?
ever made. Yeah, it's Dolphin with a beak. Yeah.
So aesthetically, it's not great. I do like the Dolphin, but it doesn't look like anything different from Finizen other than the heart. It's literally Finizen with a heart. I don't get why it's not a different Dolphin when it evolves. But we'll talk about that. This Dolphin's pure water type. He's pretty cool. He's brand new to the Paldea decks, obviously. In Gen 9, let's talk about what we have here, Zero. We have, I guess we just have to, we can't bear the lead. We'll just start with the abilities. We normally don't do it in this order, but he only has one ability, and that's why he's got two different forms. That's the whole shtick, right? It's called Zero to Hero. So, no pun intended for my co-host.
Wow.
It's literally got a zero. So, the dolphin form and then the were superhero. We'll call it the mermaid form, right?
Mermaid man.
The Zero form and the hero form. It's literally called the Zero form.
Oh, unfortunate, dude.
Yeah, bro. They named it after you.
The disrespect.
The disrespect, homie. But that's okay. That's okay. This dude's a boss. So he's pure water type. In both forms, he has 100 HP and 100 speed.
Very respectable.
Oh, yeah. Very, very solid. In Zero form, so in Dolphin mode, he has 70, 72, 53, and 62 respectively, so not super great anywhere. And then in Hero form, he has 160 attack, 97 defense, 106 special attack, 87 special defense. Very, very solid everywhere. Obviously, the giant, massive 160, Brandon. What do you think of that, bro?
Base total stats here. This is an Uber Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
this is the same stats as you would find on your standard box art legendary.
Yep.
So yeah, insane stats. But
so how do we get it?
Justin, the way we get these stats is when you send out Palafin, it starts as the Zero form, the Dolphin.
At the beginning of the game.
You have to send it out, retreat it back into the Pokeball, and then send it out again for it to become the Hero form.
Correct.
So if you want Mermaid Man, you have to send out
Zero
Barnacle
Dolphin.
Boy. You got Zero Dolphin, whatever. You have to basically sacrifice a turn to have the Hero form.
Correct. But once you do, oh boy, does it matter. Because base 100 speed, 106 special attack, and 160 physical attack. This boy is premium sauce. Let's get into his move pool because, wow, does it really make or break this entire set. Let's talk about the first set, I guess, as we'll just bring this up now on screen for you because this is kind of what closes this all around to be one full package. Zero, there's a brand new move and then a returning move, okay? Okay, actually, there's a couple brand new moves, but let's talk about the fact that he, gets flip turn. So stab, base 100 speed, and he flip turns out. Flip turn is very much nerfed the way that a lot of moves were because it was a Isle of Armor move tutor move, and those got erased now.
For the most part, yeah. They're very
sparse.
few and far between.
Yeah, dude. Well said. But then he also gets a brand new move, unique to himself. It's called Jet Punch. It's literally the exact same thing as Aqua Punch. It's just 60 base power instead of 40. So it's just a stronger Aqua Punch, and it really matters when you have a base 160, adamant. We're running Choice Band. We're just going all in, go fast, hit hard. We're doing Terra Water. Spoiler alert, Somebody won the very first tournament with this team in the rain. Like, let's go. There's a reason, because it's just so good. It can knock out everything. Wave Crash is also really good. Wave Crash is a brand new move. This is a water version of Flare Blitz. Also has access to great moves. Doug's actually been rocking with a choice-banded Palafin with close combat. Then he also does get access to Drain Punch. He gets Ice Punch, Iron Head. You can obviously run Protect with the Clear Amulet. For people that don't know, Zero, what do we got running with that Clear Amulet?
So the Clear Amulet is a really nice new item. The Clear Amulet, what it does is prevents your stats from being dropped by enemy moves and abilities. So kind of like Clear Body, but it's a held item that can be used by any Pokemon.
So it gives one poke. So you can still drop your own, your allies can drop your own, but your enemies can't do anything.
Yeah, so really, really powerful item. I think this is an item you are going to start seeing a lot in VGC formats.
Yeah, dude. So this Pokemon is incredible, Zero.
This is we're going to get to a part of the video where I'm going to talk about how Palafin performs in the formats that I play the most.
Yeah, totally. Tell me about his 3v3 experience.
So in 3v3, I have never lost to this Pokemon.
Okay.
The value of this Pokemon.
So what you're saying is 3v3, you're just a God mode. You're beyond master.
No.
You're God tier trainer,
no,
right? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not even flexing. I don't.
I ain't never lost once. I ain't scared.
But I haven't. Like, that's the reality. I've never lost this Pokemon. And the reason for that is because in 3v3, turns are so valuable, okay? Because the game has been shortened. A game goes, And
there's no more Dynamax HP to hide behind.
Right. So a game can go, 10 to 15 turns max, I would say. I mean, I've played a few that have gone longer, but...
It's pretty quick, is what you're saying.
It's very quick. The fact that basically to make this work, you have to almost lead with this all the time.
Yep.
Throw a choice item on it, which typically ends up being the choice scarf, and then flip turn out into something else, and then take damage on that something else.
You need a real tanky ally. You need a reliable ally. Yeah. You're asking a lot, aren't you?
You basically have to sacrifice part of a partner's HP to get this hero form, and then at the end of the day, it needs more than that. Like, you need the rain too to really knock out everything in your path. In 3v3s,
because he does not have perfect coverage.
That just doesn't happen.
He actually struggles against Goldango. The bulkier Goldangos with HP investment that we've been seeing crop up lately, it's actually a 2-shot with the Jet Punch, and that's in the rain.
Yeah. In formats where the matches go longer and it's not so much of an investment to activate this form, so obviously the first one that comes to mind is Showdown formats. It got banned to Ubers, and for good reason, because this thing could wreak havoc, and the conditions were able to be set up for this Pokemon to succeed throughout the course of the game with things like Stealth Rock, blah, 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 blah. And then the next step down from that would be VGC formats, where you've got partner Pokemon who can draw in attacks with Rage Powder, and there's more than just 3 Pokemon on your squad. So
that's why a lot of times you'll see people just straight up hard switch.
Yep. When you get to those condensed formats where you don't have as many turns, this Pokemon is worse and worse.
So in VGC, it actually just won a big tournament, and it's actually up to 5% usage in the meta on Pikalytics. That's one of the reasons why we're actually going to be running Water Terra here, Zero, is we're going to be doing that double dip. So we already are pure Water type, and then we Water Terra on top of that, so our Jet Punch is getting the double boost, and then Choice Band. Holy moly, is this thing strong. It's been used about, like I said, 5% of the meta is not bad, right? He's in the top 30 or 40 usage Pokemon.
Yeah, that's high. 5% is pretty high.
Yeah, and he's, in my experience on VGC so far, he's not everywhere, but he's kind of annoying. He's up there. He's he feels like an A tier threat. It's really, if you can get one even a little bit going, he's like the Juggernaut, a little bit of momentum and nothing can stop him. He's sort of a one-trick pony, at least so far from what we've seen. So something that we like to do with these set guides is explore what can a Pokemon accomplish? Not only what we want to do things like this where we prepare you for what you're likely to see, but also let's stretch the boundaries a little bit, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about the fact that if we just look at the base stats of the hero form, 100 HP, 97 defense, 87 spec D. That's respectable bulk, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So you know me, I like tank sets. That's kind of my thing. So let's talk about how do we do a tank set Palafin, maybe throw some people off, especially if they've got specific calculations under their sleeve, and they're like, no, I'm not running that stock standard. I'm not running the usual. Let's do Brave Nature, because we're doing a mixed attacker Zero.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy. So super bulky, max HP. 100 defense, and 156 special attack, that base 106. So that base 160 is just going to carry us for miles. Like, we don't really need to touch it, right? This is an Assault Vest set, Citrus Berry, could do Leftovers, could still do Clear Amulet. There's a lot of options. Protect could be slotted in here. I need to verbally add that in here. But yeah, Jet Punch, either Flip Turn or Drain Punch, and then he gets access to really cool moves, Chilling Water and Icy Wind. So obviously, Zero, you know about Icy Wind. It's a spread move in VGC. It's everywhere. I think it's like 50 or 60 base power ice move. It's not super strong, but what it does do is automatically drop that opponent's speed 1 tier. And because it's a spread move, it's just field wide, so it's really, really good support move, right? And being ice type does a really respectable chip damage to something like Garchomp or Dragonite in the meta, if it has not Terra normaled already. But Zero, tell us about Chilling Water.
So Chilling Water is like our replacement for Scald, because Scald is now the signature move of a Pokemon that is not in the game right now, who will be appearing later.
Volcanion!
So this move, basically, I think it's 50 power.
Yeah.
It's nice that Palafin's going to be getting a stab off it, and it is guaranteed to lower the opponent's attack by 1 stage every single time that this move connects. So it's like Mystical Fire in a way, with a smaller base power.
So it's making us bulkier and dealing some chip damage. So really actually a great tank option. And with base 106 special attack, like this is actually going to be doing legit damage.
Yeah.
Like that Chilling Water would be nice residual chip damage coming out of your team. Again, Terra Grass, really good defensive Terra, as we've talked about on the channel before. You could do Terra Blast on this set if you like. Depending on how you EV it, you could get it to where it runs off your special or physical, depending on if you want to be, if you don't have the Clear Amulet and you worry about Intimidates or Burns, maybe, question mark what your team has to, just want to throw it out there. But defensively, Grass is actually a really good option, because, Brandon, when you see a Pure Water, what are you going to throw at it? Grass and Electric.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm going.
So, you could go Ground to be immune to Electric depending on your team, but then you're still weak to Grass, so there are some options. Steel is obviously always a great defensive option regardless of what you were before. So yeah, it's really, really good. Obviously, if you do get in a situation where you want to Terra Water this, maybe, question mark, but yeah, I don't know. The Drain Punch is a great tech with the Assault Vest, obviously, because it gives us fighting damage, which is really strong, because otherwise we struggle to really take out some of those tankier steel types, as well as a good sustain move, don't we?
Yeah. Added bulk plus, potential Assault Vest. You've got 160 base power. Even uninvested, this Drain Punch is going to do a decent amount of damage and keep you on your feet. I really like this set, man. This is a cool one.
All right, so we've talked enough about the big guy. You thought we were going to leave without making at least one set with the Zero form? Let's talk about the Zero Dolphin. Yeah,
all right.
buddy.
You got my attention now, dude. You got my attention. Let's talk about the little Dolphin.
So, jokes aside, there actually is a lot of competitive viability that I don't think people are talking about yet, and that's what we're here to talk about. That's the reason that the Small Dolphin made the thumbnail of this video. The Small Dolphin actually is the Pokemon itself, and it does have a use. 100 base HP, not too shabby, even if you don't invest in it at all or a lot, and 100 base speed, Brandon.
Yes, that's one thing people overlook, is the fact that this Pokemon still has 100 base speed, even when it's in the Zero form.
Yeah. So yeah, you're getting, and they're like, oh, so we can get fast flip turn, and that's all they think about because they want to get to that 160. But when you're at base 100 speed, and you're only at 70 attack, yeah, he gets Jet Punch, but he also gets Aqua Jet. Isn't this weird? You see this here because in VGC we have self-proccing weakness policy. So you're gonna use the small dolphin. You can flip turn and get out, and then proc up a big dolphin later, and maybe that big dolphin has more special attack investment, and or a split attacker like we showed before. That's an option also. With the last set that we showed off, where we had flip turn on the assault vest, you can use that set, flip turn into your Colossal, for instance, instead of the Surf Dragapult. But again, now with Aqua Jet, which we have seen before with things in the past generations, like Primarina, with a small physical attack using Aqua Jet, this is the same sort of thing. So 156 HP, 100 defense, and then max speed at a beneficial nature. We are running Naive. You can actually run Timid to cut the attack even more from your Aqua Jet, depending on what your team needs for calcs. But this is the set that is going to be the fast support little dolphin that people aren't going to see coming. And this thing gets great moves, Zero. Let me tell you, bro. Not only is it helping him, which is priority, so it doesn't matter about his speed. And Protect, cool. 100 base speed Icy Wind. We've already talked about how good Icy Wind is, but at 100 base speed with max investment, that's actually really strong, right? But let's talk about the status moves.
So we've got Charm. So you inflict Charm on an opposing Pokemon. It lowers their attack by 2 stages.
Yeah, it harshly drops.
And then we've got Taunt. So Taunt, is a really strong move.
It's one of your favorites.
Oh, I don't make teams without Taunt.
How good is 100 base speed Taunt?
Very, very good.
And then there's one more you got to talk about.
So another thing that's on this list another thing on the move list that we don't have on this list is Haze. So Haze erases the field-wide stats.
Including your allies.
But why this is important is because it erases the benefits that Dondozo gets with Tatsugiri.
Yeah, buddy. And we're living on a sash, too.
Right. So we're faster. We're going to erase those stats and basically just negate that entire strategy from Dondozo altogether.
Yep. There's so many great options with 100 base speed. And again, 100 HP as well. But the priority thing here would be the Aqua Jet, setting up an ally's weakness policy. We've already mentioned Colossal. What else could we talk about, Zero? There's Tyranitar, obviously. That thing always used to run weakness policy back in the Dynamax days, and probably still could now, I would assume.
I've got 3 for you, okay?
Hit me with them.
We've got weakness policy, weak armor, the Rule Edge, and Armor Rouge.
Nice. 2 for the price of 1.
That's 2 of them, okay. Here's the other one. Terra, Ground, or Fire, weakness policy, speed boost, stored power, Espathra.
Oh, you're giving away some spicy tech. Save that for the battle video.
that's a BMC secret tech right there, guys. Another thing, if you wanted to get super crazy, you could do a weakness policy of Garganacl.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a great shout because he's so tanky on the physical side anyways. Yeah, for sure. You could even invest a little bit more and he'd still be able to take the hit and not worry about it. So, very, very good Dolphin. What do you think about this overall? Let's go check out Pikalytics. So, he's sitting right now at the time of recording at around 4.5-ish%.
Yeah, people see 4.19%. Like, they think, that's actually really high usage.
It's pretty high usage.
People, it's not the same as success rate. It's
correct.
Just usage rate.
It's not win rate, it's usage. That's a good point, man.
That's high. That's high. That's high.
Yeah, and as you can see here, Flip Turn most used 74% of Pokemon. People that use Palafin are using Flip Turn 0. Pretty much kind of how we talked about the sets going off. So
yeah,
What do you think? Closing thoughts about this derpy Dolphin?
I think basically in formats with prolonged gameplay, he's stronger and stronger. So the later a game goes,
Yeah, like you said, he got banned in OU.
Yeah, he got, and those games can go for a really long time, and he got banned for a really good reason. It's easy to set up, it's easy to chip down a team with Stealth Rock and then set up the rain, and then finish the game with him. That is easy to achieve with him.
You load up the cannon and it's boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that Jet Punch can put down most Pokemon at 50%. So it's easy to see why he got banned from that format. In 3v3, I don't think he's nearly as strong. And the VGC, he's got that nice middle, upper to middle echelon of viability.
Well said, man. Well said. I couldn't agree more. I think he's in a very solid place. He's a great candidate for a lot of good new items, whether it be the Covert Cloak for anti-flinch, the Clear Amulet for no intimidates, or parting shots. Could also give him the Punching Glove for singles. You could even do, as we said before, as we always love our Pivot Zero, the Heavy Duty Boots. So many options, I think, with this Dolphin. Let us know down below how much you love this Dolphin, whether it's the little form, the big form, or both. How much do you like the aesthetic or not? How much do you like the competitive viability? Leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit the bell button to stay notified every time we put up a new How to Use guide for a new Paldean Pokedex entry in 9th Gen Scarlet and Violet competitive Pokemon play. Until next time, I am your host, Gym Leader Justin.
And I'm Zero.
Council's adjourned.